I was actually in my son's assembly in school, and I had a text off mum to say I'm a match, and I sat there and started crying, and one of the mums next to me was like, "Oh, are you okay?" I said, "My mum's a match," and so she was really pleased with me as well. So I felt a bit emotional, but yeah, as soon as I found out, then everything seemed to take over really quickly, and obviously there's a lot of testing, so it still did take about a year and a half, wasn't it, to finalise. But that, like I said, that was because there was other things going on as well, and weight loss, having to lose weight, that takes time. So yeah, it was the best thing ever. No. Great fun.
We wanted her to have a transplant rather than go on dialysis, because it is a big commitment. Dialysis is 3-4 times a week at least, for a couple of hours, back and forth to the hospital, the hours that you're there waiting and all this business, and we didn't want her to have to go through that with little kids. So we went forward and said, look, we're interested in becoming live donors. So 3 of us went forward, my husband, myself and my other daughter, said that we were interested in doing it. So we were all tested and asked loads of questions, and then I was the only one that was a blood match, but that wouldn't have stopped the others. And then it sort of went from there then, and it was me that went forward first, and they put me through a pile of tests, and it just went on and on and on with the tests. But eventually, after all the tests and everything that we'd done, we went through the transplant on the 1st of May.
It's like, oh my God, I need to pack my bag because we're going into hospital tomorrow and that kind of thing.
The stay in hospital, they were marvellous, weren't they? Were really good.
We had the surgery on the 1st of May, which was a Tuesday. Mum went down like 8:30 in the morning. It's a 3.5 hour surgery. So Mum went down in the morning. So of course I'm waiting because I didn't go down till lunchtime then, because they have to remove the kidney and everything first. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't know if everything's all right. But Anne Marsden, who was Mum's specialist nurse, she come and let me know. She took Mum down to theatre, come back, let me know everything was okay, and then she was there to come down with me to theatre then as well. So I went down midday. I think I come back from recovery about 8 o'clock in the evening. Mum was home by the Thursday, wasn't you? And then I went home on the Saturday. So neither of us were in very long at all.
Yeah, they couldn't believe that we were up and walking around. I was walking down to see how she was and things like that. Couldn't believe it, because that was the next day after the operation.
Yeah, up and out of bed. What was it, 9:30 the next morning? I was.
What I really liked though was Anne, my coordinator. She came down to the surgery. She tells you exactly what's going to happen. She explains everything to you. She comes down, she holds your hand. I had to have an injection in the bottom of my spine to make my legs numb, but she literally held me when I was having that done, and absolutely marvellous.
And she had Dad's mobile phone number as well.
Rung them to say.
My partner's mobile phone number, so she can keep in touch with them to make sure they sort of reassured and they know. So obviously it must have been hard for my dad as well, having the both of us in there, wasn't it? So,
and my mum as well, because she'd lost her son to having kidney problems, and then her daughter was in there having her kidney removed to give to her daughter, and my mother was really upset and worried and anxious because she's 84, and she was really upset, and we had to keep her calm as well, so we had to phone her then as soon as I was around. Hiya Mum, I'm alright, sort of thing. But yeah, they couldn't fault the staff. They were absolutely brilliant.
On the ward, weren't they? T5 ward, they were fantastic. They were so nice, and
especially
when I went in the second time after, because I was dehydrated and the infections. I went in the second time, and it was like, "Oh, you're all right, how are you doing?" And obviously, because of the infection, I was in my own cubicle, and I couldn't go out to the door, so I was stuck in the 4 walls for almost a week. And they'd sort of just have a laugh and, "You're all right," at the door. "I don't want to come and see me, because I'm infectious, and they'd have a right laugh. And it was really good. You would be able to talk to them and mess about with them and things like that. It wasn't sort of like, old matron-y type thing. And they were lovely. Yeah. But it has been hard work, not exercising all the time.
Tell us a bit more, if you go, I go.
Best thing ever. Best thing,
she
literally.
Loved it. I think it's been good for her.
And obviously, Mum giving me her kidney, that kind of gives you a new life. But if it wasn't for them and for Amanda and Slimmer World, it's been fantastic, because they have literally given me a new life, because everything they do, then I'm always saying, "Oh, I can't do it," or if they'll say we're doing circuits tonight, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't want to do circuits, I hate it," or something like that. They'll push you because they know you can do it, and you get it done afterwards. You think, "God, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant," and there's just so much support, and I've met the best friends you could possibly meet with them, and we meet each other all the time, and even with me not being there, constantly in touch with each other because we have our own Facebook group. We're keeping in touch with each other, meeting for coffee. I met him on Thursday, meeting him tomorrow, you know, and we still all do things together.
She seems a lot more positive in herself as well because
Yeah.
of them, you know, and doing the exercise as well. Her attitude seems to
Yeah.
have been happier and not the I can't and all the time that she was saying before. She's doing a lot
You know,
more.
I've suffered with depression and anxiety for years. Since doing this, I do feel a lot more positive with everything, you know, and I do feel a lot more that I can do things now. I'm not so negative, or if I'm going somewhere, I'll think, oh, I'll walk there instead. Before it's like, oh no, I ain't doing that. That kind of thing. I love it, and I definitely think something I would recommend to anybody whenever the application's right, because, you know, you get the PT with Ray, you get Bridie, obviously she sets up other things as well, like we done netball, and Barbara who's doing the sessions in Cwmbran with us. They're all there and they're so supportive, and if you need anything, it's not just a case of they're only there for the group sessions or for the gym training, things like that. They're on Facebook group and you can message them or just put anything on there if you want to moan anything, and they're all there to support you. They're not there just as the trainers, do you know what I mean? They're there for friends. They're brilliant, fantastic. I mean, I've tried loads of dieting and things like that as well, but Amanda from swimming, she's so supportive and she's so friendly and helpful, and she gives everyone a boost as well. There are so many people on the waiting list to have a kidney transplant, and of course there's so many people with 2 kidneys and they don't need 2 kidneys. It's a spare at the end of the day, and like you know, share your spare. At the end of the day, you don't need it.
It's a saying she picked up from someone, share your spare.
Share your spare.
Yeah.
You don't need 2. Give one away to somebody who does need one.
The other option with the living donor is the fact you can do like a 3-way, a 4-way, you know, swap around, like, you know, with a different hospital. It hasn't got to be in the Heath necessarily. It can be different hospitals.
Be up in Scotland, anything. They talked about all different
So
ones,
it's
didn't
absolutely, you know, amazing that they can do that.
they? Yeah. Just give your kidney away, it's fine.